Hey guys, Craig Levine, Ansley Real Estate, Christie's International. And today I'm bringing you a really cool 360 degree video. So first thing I want you to do is spin this view around. You can use your mouse to rotate the view at any point. So just use the mouse, hold that left button down and move it to the left. You should be able to see some recent sales. These are going to be sales from the past about 3.5 years, going back to 2019. We're covering 2020, 21, and 2022 up until the end of June. So it's something different that I'm trying. I figured that the 360 video is it's great new technology, so why not put it to use? And you'll see sales popping on up all over the place on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, so feel free to rotate all around. And you'll be able to take a look at the neighborhood as well. This is Loring Heights. It's a fantastic subdivision of about 330 homes. Some of these homes were built just after World War II, incredibly. And most of the homes have been renovated to some extent. There are a number that have been totally rebuilt from the ground on up. And it's just a neat mix of single-family homes. There are a couple of new townhome communities, so that's something new. And of course, townhomes are pretty popular right now. There are lots of different aspects of Loring Heights that make it such an attractive and appealing subdivision. We've got a number of incredibly friendly neighbors. Most of the neighbors are really cool in here, and I live in the neighborhood as well. I've been here since 2006, and I love it. It's just got so many different, qualities that make it a great place to live. We've got neighborhood gatherings often. There's a voluntary neighborhood association. I believe the association fee is $100, and you don't have to pay, but if you want to pay, then you can vote on certain things, and you can be notified of any upcoming meetings, things of that sort. There's a fantastic duck pond with a great playground and walking trails, and that will be coming on up on the left-hand side as well. And then the Tanyard Creek Greenspace on the right over here, it's got a large open field that you can toss a ball or a frisbee in, and then there are two amazing fenced-in dog play areas. So it's so convenient to have, two dog parks essentially, in your neighborhood. I love it because I bring my doggies on down there a lot. It's just terribly convenient. Speaking of convenience, the convenience factor for the neighborhood is just outstanding. It's definitely one of the reasons why I moved into Loring Heights. The subdivision's located on the cusp of Buckhead to the north and east, Midtown to the south and east, and then also the booming West Midtown to the west of Loring Heights. The streets that border it essentially are Peachtree Road on the east side, and then North Side on the west side. And then you've got Atlantic Station to the south of us, and you've got I-75 and I-85 right there to the north of us. It's just a really convenient place to live. Atlantic Station, it's a 10-minute walk, and numerous portions of the Atlanta BeltLine can be accessed by bike within 15 minutes or less. Not to mention the new Northwest Trail is actually going to be coming within a 5-minute walk of us in a couple of years. So you'll just take 5 minutes, and you'll be on the BeltLine by foot. That's going to be fantastic. That's a couple years out. Piedmont Park and the new Westside Park, they're both about a 10-minute drive away from us. Those are great attractions to go to, spend the day at, spend a couple hours at, get some exercise, and just hang out with friends, hang out with the animals. And that new Westside Park is really, really cool as well. The neighborhood, it's 5 minutes to I-75. It's 5 minutes to I-85, probably about a 10-minute drive to I-20. So the convenience factor of having access to these major thoroughfares is just incredible. And it always seems like I'm going against traffic for the most part, which is cool. So for rush hours, I'm usually heading northwest on 75 or northeast on I-85, and that's just generally against the flow of traffic in the morning, and then returning in the afternoon. While everybody's heading out of the city, I'm coming back to the city. It's really nice to be in this area and constantly be going against the flow of traffic, which is pretty neat. There are 3 public schools that Loring Heights children attend. There's East Rivers Elementary School, there's Sutton Middle School, and then there is North Atlanta High School, in addition to a number of private schools that children can attend as well. Of course, there's just a plethora of new restaurants, bars, and breweries. These are opening monthly, all the time, and there's amazing shopping and dining and entertainment options within 10 minutes that truly make this neighborhood just a blessing. It's just got so much going for it, and that's why I moved here. I'm even more excited nowadays with everything that is happening. It just seems that there are better and better facets that are becoming characteristics of living in this neighborhood as time goes on. So incredibly excited about the subdivision. Before I go over some sales statistics for Loring Heights, I wanted to take a minute and just tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in New York, about half an hour from New York City, and I went to school in Albany, New York at Albany State University. Graduated from there in 1992. Couldn't get out of there fast enough. I was tired of the cold, was tired of the winters, and Atlanta just had so much to offer back then. We had great weather. We had the Olympics coming in '96, which was really exciting. Atlanta is a very entrepreneurial city, which definitely appealed to me. It just was a great, attractive place that I was excited to move on down straight out of college from. And so when I got down here, I started up a hammock company. Get that? Yeah, it was called Hang 'em High Hammocks. And we installed hammocks in people's yards, and it did very well. I did that for a couple of years, and then I got into publishing. I started up a neighborhood paper out in Vinings called The Seasonal, and that taught me a whole lot of different neat business aspects. Of course, how to sell. I had to sell advertising. It taught me about the publishing business, and then of course marketing. I needed to market to businesses, and I needed to market the publication. So it was a great start for me business-wise, doing the seasonal, and I expanded that from Vinings into Sandy Springs and Roswell and East Cobb. So that had me occupied for a couple of years, and it was fun. It was really cool. And then finally back in 1994, I decided to get my real estate license. And so I got my license, I believe it was October or so of that year. And I joined Century 21 Gold Medal Realty, which was the #1 Century 21 office in Georgia at the time. And back then, Century 21, they had some good market share, and it was just a cool company. It was a great beginning. I had a great education and a great mentor in Chris Ballard, who was the #1 Century 21 agent in all of Georgia. And so it was great. I stayed with the company for, I think, about maybe 6-7 years or so. I was the #2 agent in the office for the majority of my time in there. And then I moved out to West Cobb, and that office over in Tucker just was a little too far for me. So I decided to join Remax Greater Atlanta over in East Cobb. That was a great office. We had some real big heavy hitters at that office, and there were just a number of agents there who were producers, and it was a great environment for me to grow in, and my business took off. And I was a top producer with Remax Greater Atlanta, and I stayed there, I think, until probably about maybe 2019, 2020, when that office was bought out by Remax Around Atlanta. And so I stayed with Remax Around Atlanta for a couple of years. And then in 2021, I just decided that, with me having moved to Midtown back in 2006, and wanting to actually do a little bit more in-town work as opposed to a lot of stuff outside the perimeter, I joined nsley Real Estate, which is now affiliated with Christie's International. And it's a really great boutique firm that has been growing by leaps and bounds. It's helmed by Bonneau Ansley, who's one of the top agents in Atlanta, if not the top agent. The firm has actually grown to 7 offices now throughout the metro area, including North Georgia and Athens. And I believe that there's probably future growth in other areas of metro Atlanta on the horizon, as well as potentially expanding into Florida and some other local states too. The company it's awesome. They employ the latest technology. They offer a full-time marketing department. There are a number of people in this department, and they are really second to none. It's an actual marketing department, which I have not seen in my years in real estate, other than me producing the marketing materials that I needed to send out for my clients. But the stuff that these guys produce is just amazing. And so, I'd love to put these materials to work for any of my potential clients who are looking to sell any properties in the near future, including in Loring Heights. And I tell you what, we've gotten to this point that Ansley Real Estate, Christie's International, we sell more multi-million-dollar homes in Metro Atlanta than any other company. I mean, it's a great upscale boutique firm, and we provide top-notch service, top-notch marketing. There aren't many companies that can touch the service that we can provide to you as our client. I've been through a number of ups and downs in the market, having been licensed for about 27 years now, and I've weathered them all. I'm still here. I'm still selling real estate. And And so I live here in Loring Heights with my fiance Linda, my 2 dogs, Vanna, who's an Australian Shepherd, and Mr. Gizmo, who's a Shih Tzu. And they get along great, surprisingly. They play with each other all the time, and of course the Shih Tzu runs the whole household. We also have a cat named Raz. I've got 2 birds, Hector and Stormy. One's a cockatiel and one's a yellow ringneck parrot. And then I've got about 30 fish. So it's definitely a zoo here. Definitely a zoo. So enough about me. I'm going to actually go over a little bit of sales statistics for Loring Heights. Starting with 2019, the average sales price was $538,000. That was for roughly about a 1,700 square foot home. Average price per square foot about $300 or so, and the average days on market was about 32 days back then. So going into 2020, with the pandemic and everything, the average sales price jumped to $575,000. Square footage about 1,700 or so was the average square footage. Price per square foot rose to about $312, and days on market actually took a dive to 24 days on market. 2021. The average sales price skyrockets up to $648,000 in the neighborhood. About the same square footage, maybe a little bit less, but the price per square foot jumps to almost $360 a square foot. Average days on market stays about the same at 26 days on market. And then finally, in 2022 this year, we've got about 6 months worth of sales statistics to go on. The average sales price is roughly about $615,000 or so. So it's decreased slightly, but the year, of course, isn't over with. And the price per square foot is hovering at about that $360 per square foot. But the days on market, oh my God, dropped to 10 days on market average. So homes are flying off the market in this subdivision right now. Once they hit the market, they're on the market for a couple of days and they'll have multiple offers. So it's definitely a great time to be selling in Loring Heights. It's a good time to be buying in this neighborhood with the future looking so bright for everything that's happening with the BeltLine, with all the amenities that are being offered in the area, and those options are just growing and growing with each year. So if we can be of any help to you, whether you're looking to buy or sell a property in Loring Heights or in Metro Atlanta, we'd love to be of service. Please give me a ring. My phone number is 678-898-4001. My website is craigsellshomes.com. And please utilize that website. It's a great site. I also have another website called thebeelinebroker.com. That's the B with a dash, linebroker.com. And you can find out a whole lot about the exciting Atlanta BeltLine by going there too. If you have found this video to be somewhat interesting, somewhat entertaining, somewhat innovative, then please definitely give us a big thumbs up and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you're notified of all of our upcoming videos when they hit the market. Thanks so much for watching, and again, we'd love to be of service to you in the coming months and years. This is Craig Levine with Ansley Real Estate and Christie's International. Until next time, take care.